This is map 4 of Envy versus AFB. I don't know why it went to this map, to be honest with you. In the AFB versus BK Stars match, AFB was able to full hold BK Stars on this map. But that match was arguably one of the least intense matches I've ever watched because all of the fights were just so poorly executed. So for them to pick this map is very strange, to say the least. Especially because Envious full held Rogue on this map, like dominated Rogue on this map with their comp, and it's the exact same comp. They switched the Lucio for the Winston. It's actually good on this map because there's so many health packs on the defensive side. There's like the health pack here, health pack here, health pack here. And the positioning, like the upper ledge, is so good for the Ana that if you can like keep your Ana up top, she can heal anybody. But I don't know why it went to this map. I feel like it was like a suicide pick from AFB. But
Could win the first season of Apex here.
Who knows, man? Who knows what went on in their mind?
So amazing about NVS is not only the meta
Taimu with his fresh cut.
having a substitute that fit right.
Can you please shave, Taimu? You're on camera.
At the beginning of Overwatch, in online events,
AFB wanted to go home early.
57 consecutive match wins in online events, but they never were really able to replicate that kind of dominance in an offline setting. And now this may be the time that they really start to go online, having Mickey swap into this team. Maybe these role swaps.
I mean, I think AFB knew that they were being outskilled. Like, I feel like you feel outskilled if you're on AFB right now.
As long as they don't need a projectile DPS player, this is going to be a very strong.
So now they're running again. They're running this Genji because Arhan is like a one trick. And then they're running like McCree Genji. But it's definitely better to have tanks because you get ults more often. And Hulk is already on the Winston, so they already have an answer to Arhan. Just natural counters between Harry Hook and the Winston. So now you have like a 76 to deal with, you have a Diva to deal with, a Winston to deal with, and like you are the DPS. Emu's just going to try to stall out the card here. He knows that they're trying to push up top, so if he can put pressure down there, it makes the cart roll back. Like there's one person on the cart right now. That's a crazy hook. That's like a round winning hook though for sure. I mean at least a fight winning because now this fight's almost over. Like you can't take fights without your Ana. They'll just lose.
Covering Dayfly as he walked through the doorway, so a bit of a mistake there from Adam, and now
Mickey just goes in.
Popping people up on the high ground.
Yeah, well, you get the pick on the Ana like that, and that's just hitting the go button for Envious to just jump in there and finish off the team, make this a complete hold in the first push by Afrika Freaks Blue.
And the problem, though, is that Africa really doesn't have a whole lot of high ground control here when they're running just the Genji, no Winston, no protection from the Zarya either. It's just got nothing. It's a very slow composition. Has to methodically set up here and go through.
They're going for the same push, but the cart's still rolling backwards. And I mean, like, Envious knows that this push is coming, so they just rotate their entire team off the ledge and over until, like, back into the server room. It's a really good play from them. Again, like, they're rotating correctly. Like, they're just going to go out of the cart. As long as the cart's not moving, it doesn't matter what happens here. Like, Envy could arguably team wipe right now, like die, and they'd still be able to win. Like they'd be back because look how far back the cart is. Now the cart's like finally moving, but nothing's happened because they're running McCree into 76, and like they kind of just have to wait for Genji. Arhan's trying to do his best impression of the BK Stars match and like go for the back cap. But see, like they got a hook there and they still didn't have the damage to clean up Oko.
The Winston is a wonderful pickup here for Envy because he can just sit on top of the Genji, and there's no Zarya shield, there's no dive buddy for him, so it's very easy for Internet Hulk just to abuse this. And Envy, you got 4 ults up right now, 5 now. Taimu hits 100% on the Roadhog. Nobody's had to use anything yet. Dayfly still working on that nano boost, and we'll see Arhan doing his sneaky ninja tricks.
Dayfly still doesn't have nano boost. They just have to wait.
Single healer defense on Gibraltar before. It worked out very well for them in the past. They did full hold.
But like MB's on like a ult trip. Like as long as they can Earth Shatter, if they even get like a 2-man Earth Shatter, the fight's over. Like Coco could arguably just Earth Shatter that Genji right there, and they'd win this fight immediately.
Here we go.
The exact same push that they just did, like literally verbatim. And Envy responds the exact same way. So that's a high noon dead. Taimu gets a hook in the meantime, and like they just burned.
Running back up to the high ground now. Going back to the payload, and Internet Hulk jumping up, wants to dislodge.
Hulk has ult. He's trying to knock them off, but there it is.
Coming in though, Dayfly and Recry going down, and only 45 seconds remaining on offense. Adam taken out.
They didn't even have to use anything there. It was just like Winston ult and aimbot, and nothing else. Like Coco still has his Earth Shatter. And now Recry is tilted, he switches to Bastion. I mean, maybe it's a good pick. I mean, nothing else is working, you might as well try something crazy. But, again, like, they don't have a 76 player on AFB, and now this is like the first push that they're going to have Sound Barrier, or Nano Boost and Dragon Blade, and Arhan's like in no man's land, like feeding. So like 13 seconds on the cart, and now Arhan's like not even in the fight, and he's their entire win condition. So like I don't know what he thought he was doing because they need him, but I don't even know where he is still. Like Dayfly has actually not used Nano Boost this entire round. Like that was 4 minutes without a single Nano Boost. And Arhan just fed really bad there. So I don't know what's going on in this game actually.
It has to be a hugely epic hold here. Great read, you have to say, coming in with a single support and Internet Hulk on the Winston. Because if we look at what happened, okay, so Mickey just sits on the McCree. All right, that problem solved. With the Diva, and then Internet Hulk just chases the Genji around, and what are you going to do? Arhan never had an opportunity to really even use his Dragon Blade at the end of that fight. And sure, they bring in the Bastion, but it was still a nice Earth Shatter that came through from Coco, and enough to mop it up, because the positioning on the high ground from Envy was so good. They were split up. The Bastion really couldn't get much of anything going.
I'm so surprised that they picked Watchpoint Gibraltar, knowing that Envy has had this ability to play this kind of unique defensive composition that they've used before in this tournament.
I'm confused by Volskaya, and I'm confused by Watchpoint Gibraltar. Both of those picks, I think, have not been good for Africa Blue.
And we did see a little bit of this in their...
So now Recry goes May. Arhan's on 76 now for the first time. Literally in the entire series, Arhan is on 76 when they needed this a long time ago. Am I doing after I review this last match? I have no idea. Going to bed, uploading it to YouTube, hosting somebody. I don't know, man. I would do sub VODs, but there's no point. I'll do them another day. I'm not really in VOD mode. Maybe I'll do one sub VOD. Actually, I don't want to do sub VODs tonight. Do it another day.
Right. We know Jin's been great on that Roadhog as well.
I've had like the worst matches in ranked this week, so I'll just save it.
On that Soldier 76.
So based on the composition again, MV just going with the same comp. It's another comp that is going to have to take a slow push onto the high ground. It does waste a lot of time.
All right, hook onto Mickey right away, but he's going to back away without taking too much damage.
MV's running literally the exact same comp the entire tournament, and it always works for them. But that's because Taimu goes off, actually. Like, people were saying Mickey was MVP, but for chips, but like, Taimu hit so many stupid hooks this round, like this entire game. Like, you don't notice the impact of a hook, but just starting every fight down a person is so big, especially when, like, look at him, he's just crouch walking, insta-gibs Arhan. I don't even know why Arhan's on the ground right there. Like, you could argue that Arhan should have never been down there to begin with. And you see how, like, Envy pushed server room? Like, AFB did the exact same thing, and, like, what was this? Was this even Overwatch? This was, like, one fight. I like seeing Hulk and Taimu, like, hug each other. Like, legitimate excitement. I was gonna say, why is Tasmo on stage, but it was Mickey in the shirt. But that was, like, the least, like, that was so anticlimactic. Like, you wait. You're up till 5 o'clock in the morning watching Overwatch, and then you're like, that was the last map. You're like, wow. Taimu runs across the stage.
Man, if they
Like, yeah, this is mine
especially
now.
in this postseason.
Wow, what an amazing story. Taimu gets there first, but congratulations to Envy on an unexpected win. They had to go through Rome.
I'm glad they won though. I mean, they definitely deserved it.
They were the
But
underdogs, and here they stand as champions.
I feel like the semis and the quarters were way better matches. Had way better like results.